Yeah, we want to get larger. So the key is, got to get the word out there. We got to attract those people that want the same thing. Can't do the cowboys. Can't do the I was a sniper. I can't do the. There's all these characters we can't use. We need the kinds of people that are more like. People that are on whale wars, the kinds of people that are so committed towards helping whales that they'll get on a ship going to Antarctica, right, and volunteer their time to keep these whales alive. We need them, but for people, and not necessarily volunteer because they'll be paid positions.
It's quite amazing that you can get that for whales, but you can't get it for fucking humans.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm actually offended. I like the show and I'm offended by it.
Yeah.
Because here these whales are, they're just whales, people. I like whales. Whales are fine. But I think not one whale is worth one child.
No.
And they're putting a lot of work into saving those whales. Bob Barker put a bunch of money into that thing. That industry. You know, all those ships. I mean, what is that? It's got to be I'm just going to guess. It is a $10 million effort. It's got to be.
I'm not serious.
Helicopter.
Yeah,
they have a helicopter on the ship.
Yeah.
They have 3 different ships, big ships, main ships, and then they have super speed boats.
Yeah.
And they have a super futuristic kind of composite boat.
That one that got fucked up.
Yeah, then they got another one.
Yeah.
But they got another one.
Yeah. They had a stealth boat that they had out there so that they could, you know, they couldn't combat them, you know, because like when they go out there and you see the whaling ships and stuff like that, they'll start shooting water cannons at the activists and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have water cannons.
Yeah.
They have
I think it's on Netflix.
So
You got Netflix?
It's like Greenpeace on steroids or something.
yes.
Yeah, actually, I think aren't they like Greenpeace sponsored or something?
You haven't seen Whale Wars, man.
I've only
you
seen one
serious?
episode.
Yeah. I don't have a TV.
What?
Never.
Gotta know what the man is doing. You gotta watch the government watching the government.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is one of their
Yeah,
ships.
look at that shit.
This is the new one
What for whale?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
for saving whales. I love it. I love the concept.
Yeah.
You have to have a spaceship to save whales.
People are.
We can help you save on boat and motorcycle insurance too. Other insurance companies are green with envy. Oh, no.
So they're trying to
Just gotta wait it out.
They're trying to disrupt whaling, pretty much. Whale harvesting.
Yeah.
Ads are the worst.
Which is kind of, I mean, you know, that those kind of efforts to me are, they're once again a double-edged sword. You know, you have a population of animals that the humans were keeping in check by killing.
Right.
They pushed them to the brink of extinction, but now they're in danger, so they can't hunt them anymore. Now they're overpopulating their areas. You know, deer is a big example. You know, there's deers in neighborhoods and stuff like that. You think they would let the hunters go out and take care of it?
It's a movie?
No.
Every now and then they do. Well, they do. They'll hire like shooters to go out and shoot a certain number of deer. Just like in Australia, they'll hire shooters to go out and shoot kangaroos because there's a big population.
Yeah, and like I've seen where they'll do with the deers, they'll have them like they'll donate the meat to food kitchens, shit like that. Yeah. I mean, deer was a bad example.
Until the big
Online. Okay, I'll take care of it.
In order to save whales,
Yep.
people have to be willing to risk their life.
Whale Wars. New season. Tonight at 9. Only on
Hardcore combat.
Yeah, dude.
For whales, man. I love it. I love the concept. Only thing we're gonna do is replace it with people.
Yeah.
You know, that's the big picture here, man. Vehicles, aircraft, everything to protect people. That's the big picture here.
Timeliness, relevance,
Yep.
transparency.
Yep. I mean, you can see what we're doing. There will be no secret Red Cross spy maneuvering crap.
Yeah.
Well,
know about that?
Let me ask
The Red
you.
Cross is actually also a spy agency. So our spies can get into your
to get-
country
yeah,
and do
yes.
stuff because they're Red Cross workers, but they're really spies.
Let's say I wanted to. Well, not me, because I'm not the guy to be doing this kind of thing. But like, if I wanted to get something like this started in the Cleveland area, how would I start? Well, I mean,
The first thing it has to be is an educational center. So that's where we're going to start. It has to be education based. You know, it's not participation based. It's education based. So people don't want to know. Listen, it's better to have 3 educated people that know what to say and what to do and what not to say and what not to do. 3 versus 300 individuals who will say or do anything. So I don't know if you guys heard of 300.
yeah.
Detroit 300. Did you hear about them?
No.
The Detroit 300 were these people that came in. They were like, people would come up to me and they would go, how do you think about Detroit 300? They're stealing your thunder because they're helping the community and everybody's talking to them and not you guys. Okay, first of all, I don't have any thunder to steal. Okay, I'm on my own mission. We help people, that's it. They can do their thing and they can help people too, their own way. I even donated money to them. Oh, let's see their website. Is their website more?
Community Patrol on Facebook.
They had a website, it looked like. Let's see. Basically, they're a bunch of dumbass looking people doing all kinds. I mean, they just look at you just look at them and go, whoa. There were guys with masks on in the background. Like, what do you got the masks on for? What are you up to? And so eventually, you know what that led to. And I told them, I even gave them all the secrets. I was like, look, guys, you got to know who your members are. You got to control your shirts. Otherwise, we're going to get your shirts on, your clothes on, and go do illegal things. That's exactly what happened. And so they're done. They're not doing anything. But
Yeah,
they
they
caught
did
some
learn.
rapists. They caught some people, like, went after them in the neighborhoods. But they ultimately they failed because they had a movie. Hollywood was coming here to do a movie about them, and it was an amazing, quick phenomenon. And I told people, I said, this is going to go away very quickly because they don't understand human beings. They're not using psychology. They're using feelings to dictate what they're going to do. Right. So you don't understand people and what they're going to do and how to control your structure, and it's just going to be a mess. And that's exactly what happened. They got in trouble interrogating someone and, broke the laws, federal laws, and the police got in trouble for helping them. The police were actually working with them. It's a big mess.
I guess more the question I was trying to ask maybe is, how do I get you to come to Cleveland?
Well, that's the objective, is to go to all the cities, and we want to kind of use Detroit as the hub,
Right.
and say, listen, it worked there. So you heard of Detroit. Whatever problems you're having here, they were worse there. It works. Okay, so we got that part done. Now let's just talk about how to make it work here. And now that, of course, obviously, I've learned a lot, so now it's a lot simpler now, right? I'm much more effective and efficient. So that being said, the objective is to go to all major cities and show them a different way of creating public safety through proper threat management. That is the overall objective. Every major city. And then take it overseas. The schools are the key. The key to the functionality is having the training system scalable and replicatable so that it's constantly replicating, self-replicating.
It stays the same, man.
So it's consistent.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Cleveland would be a good hub for you too, because it's like right there.
Yeah, and it's got a bad reputation with issues,
Yeah.
and you can see the thing that's good about here is you get to see it right now. You get to see the efficacy right now versus being somewhere else where it's kind of hard to tell. Here it's really easy to tell. Either you had crime there last week or you didn't. So Cleveland, you'd be able to see it there too, because There's same similar issues in all major cities.
Yeah.
So it's easy to see it there because there'll be a big difference. If you're operating over here, you'll see a drop here, but you won't see a drop over here. And I do like it. I do like that fact that you could actually see it's quantifiable, it's verifiable easily. What we have now is a debarkation. A business owner is coming out of their business and they want to make sure that they don't die in the process.
Right.
We ensure that they live as they exit.
Is that how you started? By keeping?
Nope, I started just helping the families that lived in the neighborhood I was living in on the east side of Detroit.
Right, okay.
And I went to the building owners and asked them if they would invest in safety. They said no. I said, well, we lost all this money. I added up how much they lost from last murder, and then I said, well, listen, give me 6 months. And they did. One apartment in each building for free, and I was able to get a little group there. And that's how we started having the numbers to be able to function like parties. That's how I started making money, was security for parties. A grocery store is our first actual client. A local grocery store was having problems. People were being robbed. The senior citizens. We stopped those robberies physically. One of my guys was like 6 foot tall and about 100 pounds. The client was like, this is a black guy, too small, I don't like him. He's a little guy, I don't want him. Must be bigger guy. And I sent my guy, and he put this guy in a face crush. There was, he was hitting a lady and pulling, this is when they had food stamps, pulling her food stamps out of her hand, punching in the face. My guy came up, put the face crush on him, dropped him. The client was like, okay, he's good, he can stay. And then that same guy called me up and said, oh, I don't feel good, my stomach hurts. I said, listen, bodyguard has to be able to go through bullets, so they can definitely go through a stomach ache. He was like, right. I was like, that's right. That night he was shot 7 times. And then when he got the tube out of his mouth 5 days later, he was like, you were right. We have to go through bullets. And now he's a legend from Ann Arbor. He's long dreads, lives in Chicago. He was sparring the year later. He was sparring, doing takedowns, martial arts. And they were like, I was shot 7 times. Now it's part of his folklore. They're like, Ishmael was shot 7 times. And look at him.
He was shot 9 times.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it. It's like the greatest thing ever for him. He's like, I am unstoppable. He has a cane. He walks with a cane. But the cane is also a weapon.
So, though a lot of the information you probably collect, since you document everything, is useful for investigations, you wouldn't say that the organization does investigations per se?
No, absolutely not. The only investigation I performed in many years was one of our older citizens, residents, was robbed by 4 young black males of a phone. They surrounded him, broad daylight. He fell down and saw his iPhone in his pocket. They grabbed it and took off. So I talked to some kids in the area, canvassed the area. They said, no, I think I know. They saw the kids go this way. And then I talked to this guy. He's like, listen, I own some property. I know these kids are, about a half mile away from here. They're operating out of this house. And so I went to this house, and I got a video of me talking to these kids. I was like, hey, how's it going? Come here, kids. They came over the truck. They're like, what? I was like, come on, man. What happened, guys? They're like, what? I was like, you were over in Palmer Woods. They're like, no. I said, yeah, you were. He was like, yes, I was. I said, come on, man, where's the phone? He goes, I don't have it.
What we get into?
I was like, you just admitted to being in Palmer Woods and having the phone, man. God, you're a robber. It's an old man. He's like 80 years old. What's wrong with you? It's like a house full of kids. It's like 10 boys. And not one of them was going to get violent towards me. Not one. Not one. And I didn't create violence with them. I mean, truthfully, man, honestly, your phone's gone. You just get another phone. It's not that serious. It's a $200 phone. Just get another phone, man. Really, even me going over there, I did it for political reasons because, you know, they want to say, what'd you do about it? Yes, I investigated, I caught them, and I turned them over to special operations. And they were so excited. Just seeing these people, they were like, yo, our security is awesome. They tracked him down, investigated him, tracked him down. Because I showed them the film. They were like, he's admitting it. So they knew it was him. They were like, you're awesome. Whatever. Now what? Now you get to see the police do nothing because they're not going to go after the kid based on the video, based on they're not going to do all that. It's not that serious. It really isn't. And, you know, I'm sorry this happened, but we don't have 24-hour coverage there. We have 12 of 24 hours. Okay? You're not paying for 12 hours. You're not paying for 24-hour coverage. Therefore, we're not going to be there all the time. Now, it's not because you're not wealthy enough. It's because you're cheap enough to try to figure out how to do this for less. Hence, there's going to be robberies. Just you're going to have, what, 50% less? Because you have 50% coverage. If you had 100% less coverage, you'd have 100% of your robberies you're supposed to have. But I cut those down, and then I come and go 24 hours a day, so they never know our schedule. So we appear to be there at all times. Psychology again. But they could afford 24-hour coverage, which means there'd be zero incidents. That is a possibility, but not for the amount of money they're paying right now. They would have to pay double what they're paying, which to them, to give you an example, would be the equivalent of paying $60 a month. They're paying $30 a month on the average. Can you believe that? Is that crazy? And these people are rich.
Good peace of mind.
Yeah.
They're paying more for their grass cutting than they are their safety.
They get much more value out of that than the money that's stolen from them to pay for the police and the guys protecting them.
Right. Like, man, come on, you can afford it. Stop playing. Another big thing is there's a lot of race issues here in Detroit, and my organization is one of the only multicultural organizations there in the region. It's either black companies or white companies or Arabic, Middle Eastern companies or Spanish, or Hispanic, Puerto Rican or Mexican. They're not the same, so they wouldn't have Puerto Ricans and Mexicans working together. It's very, very separate here, except my organization. So that's one of the reasons people have no way to take us, because I've always had a multicultural staff.
Yeah, and those other companies are doing a disservice to themselves, the owners, because they're saying we're going to restrict our potential labor pool to this percent of the population.
And it's all subconscious, man. They're all subconscious. It's all subconscious. They're not even thinking about it like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like I'm not going to go looking for anyone different.
Right.
I'm going to go to people that are of one type, and I ask them to go find someone. But they know subconsciously they're doing that, though. They're calling back the applicants that they would like to call that. And my organization is successful because we have so many different types of people. Only. That's the only reason we're successful. Yeah, with the system. You know what I mean? You gotta have that diversity, though. Not just theoretically, but because you need different types of people.